Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. Welcome to Harvesting Happiness Talk Radio with a twist. My name is Lisa Cypers Kamen, and I'm here today with my friend Lynn Robinson, and we are here to celebrate the 10th anniversary edition of her fabulous book, Divine Intuition. Welcome, Lynn.
Thanks, Lisa.
How can people use their intuition to create relationships, work opportunities, and the abundance they desire?
Good question. Basically, what I tell people to do is to begin to focus on the what they want. You ever notice that when you ask people, what is that you want? They'll start telling you all the things that they don't want that are not working in their life. So I tell people to pay attention to what they do want. What kind of relationship do you want? What kind of work do you want? What does your life look like when it's really wonderful? Because when you can begin to envision that and visualize that and hold that as an image in your mind, it's like your inner GPS. Your intuition will start pointing you in that direction. It's like, oh, I want to go in the direction of healthy relationships and wonderful work and abundance. And then your inner GPS, your intuition starts giving you the coordinates. It said, try that, talk to this person, think about this idea, take this course of action. And you really begin to envision the life you want and get the coordinates to get there.
Perfect. The next question is you write in your books about in Divine Intuition, and then all your books really about overcoming worry, tips that
Yes.
we all can utilize to deal with the worry as it bubbles up.
Yes, I come up from a long line of worriers, not warriors, but worriers. And so I've had to really learn this technique myself. So often we make up these stories in our minds, and that aren't true. They're about some future occurrence, hasn't happened yet. We are afraid of being a bag lady out on the street, or no one will ever love us again, or we'll never find work, or whatever. But when you can really bring it back to the presence and really focus on what's happening right now. Also, I like having phrases that when I wrote the book, Listen, I interviewed a bunch of people and said, what was soothing to you when you were going through a hard time? And people said, I trust that everything's going to work out. I'm safe and protected. Let me be open to life's possibilities. People had little affirmations, not my will, but thine be done. I mean, whether you have a religious persuasion or not, just find something that is a soothing statement to yourself. Things have a way of working out. That was a favorite one from a lot of people. But I love having that one line that brings me back to my center again and helps me not worry so much. Yes.
For me, that is, the only way out of it is through it.
Through
So,
it.
to really be willing to travel the
Mhm.
journey. And
Right.
it's not always easy.
No. And the other part of it is, my philosophy is really learning to trust that journey, that these
Mhm.
bad or difficult things, we may label them that way, are not necessarily to punish us or that, it's, oh my gosh, I'm going through this awful time and I'll never get out of it. But they're really guiding us to something even bigger and better.
The last question is, can intuition help someone win the lottery? This is great.
When people find out what I do for a living, the big question is, well, if you're so psychic, why didn't you ever win the lottery? And the answer is I did, sort of. Right after I got married, I woke up one morning with six numbers running through my head. And I'd never played the lottery before. So I was like, going, I couldn't go back to sleep. I couldn't get the numbers out of my head. And I nudged my husband, who's snoring beside me. I said, honey, how many numbers are in the lottery? He said, six. I said, I think I have the lottery number. So I've never seen him move so fast before since he had a pad of paper, he had a pen. And he's like, oh my gosh, she's got the lottery number. He said, I'm going to play it on the way to work. And I forgot about it. So on Friday morning, we're reading the newspaper. I said, oh, we should see if my number came in. He got a little sheepish and he said, I forgot to play it. And I was like, well, okay. The chances that I came up with a lottery number probably slim to none. But it turned out that my number that he did not play came in, and I'm still married to him. And I have a long line of people to call the next time that happens.
Yeah, you need to have a backup plan.
But also, Lisa, honestly, the point of the story is when you have to trust your intuition and act on it. So I had to take a little responsibility there.